with us now, we have the director of 40 Sticks, which is a Kenyan film on Netflix. His name is Victor Gatonye. And we also have one of the actors here. He plays a gang member, a bad one. It's called Andrea Kamau. Karibuni sana to the show, you guys.
Shukran.
Congratulations, first of all. I mean, you guys are just on a roll.
Thank you.
I mean, the movie was not even out on Netflix. You have like 30 nominations in one place. Kidogo, we're hearing there's another 8 nominations elsewhere. How does that feel?
I don't know. On my part, it's confusing. Coming from a tough edit of around 1.5 years.
Yes.
But I'm glad. It's nice to see our sweat pay off.
Yeah.
Their sweat pay
Yeah.
off.
Yeah. And for you?
It still hasn't dawned in yet.
Yeah.
I'm still in that, like, I can't believe this is happening. But since we shot this last year, it's good to finally see it pick up.
Right.
You know, because when we were shooting it, we had that like, well, I can't wait for this. I can't wait. Because we had a phenomenal team.
Yeah.
And we all did our best. I can easily say that. We
Okay.
all pitched in.
Nice.
Yeah.
It's been quite a journey, as you've said. It took over a year, really, for you guys to get to this point. What are some of the challenges of doing film, and especially when you're trying to do not just any film, but a film for Netflix? Because I imagine there's some requirements, there's some standards, there's all sorts of criteria that needs to be met.
One, we didn't do it for Netflix. We just came together, like-minded people, and said, let's do a film that we will enjoy.
Okay.
Not as filmmakers, as Jamas too.
Okay.
Let's do a film that we'll enjoy.
Yeah.
And more so, if we enjoy it and enjoy doing it, then our people will enjoy watching.
Right.
And that's where we stopped. We wanted to do theatrical release, take the film around, put up screens everywhere where we don't have screens.
Okay.
That was our vision.
Yeah.
And it was tough. We had to keep raising funds for edit phase, finishing shoot. It's not easy.
Yeah.
And also we braved to do a different kind of script so that it can excite especially the performers.
Sure.
So we went for it. And I mean, the challenges are the challenges. We shot on 6K. So
The editing, trying to render the whole thing was a
I never say never ever, but I'll approach the next 6K job
with
cautiously. And many of us, it was the first time we're doing this kind of genre.
Right.
I'm sure for all the actors it was. Maybe Kajetan, the one who plays the priest, has done a similar show with Dead Talk.
Dead Talk, yes.
Okay.
Maybe.
Okay.
But for me, it was a new thing.
Yeah.
I know for all the executives, it was a new thing.
Yeah.
And the crew.
Yeah. We will hopefully be playing a trailer of this a little later. But maybe, Andrea, you can actually tell the audience what sort of genre this is, because we've not actually mentioned that. I stuckered in the cinema kidogo when I went for the premiere of this, and I had forgotten. Faki had said this is like a... Anyway, you explain it first.
Well, 40 Sticks is a thriller. It's a thriller feature film.
Yeah.
And it's what we're looking into when we started this is that it's been a while since we actually had a thriller in Kenya.
Right.
So wanted something diverse, something very different, something that when the viewers watch, it'd be like, we have not seen this. This is not Kenyan style. So we wanted something totally different, something that would blow the viewer's mind. And like Vic is saying, something that would excite us as well.
Yeah.
Because when we're shooting this, we were excited. We had hard times, challenges, kawaida.
Yeah.
But going through them, now that I look back at them, I'm like, it was worth it.
Yeah.
Totally worth it.
Yeah.
It's the first time I've ever done a thriller personally.
Okay.
And I'm excited. I'm just thrilled.
Oh, wonderful. So yeah, I mean, typically I think there's sort of a style of Kenyan films that we're kind of accustomed to, and there's nothing wrong with them, but this is just so different. And I remember sitting in the theater that day, and just early on in the film already someone is on the ground with a gunshot wound, and you guys are showing their head, like you're not even trying to hide. So I was just like I was like, what is happening here? But yeah, I'm okay trying to funika my face and hide the scary scenes with my popcorn. But indeed, doing such a different film, and you could see even just the set, it was, in many ways, it was almost minimal, right? Like you didn't have, it wasn't about the glitz and the glam of the locations and places, even your outfits, like it was very chill. It was literally a story about one very, very long night. And everything else around it was pretty minimal. And maybe you can just touch on that from your perspective as the director, and also explain what your role as a director is for those who don't understand it.
I'll start with my role. Volin Ogutu and Frank Maina came up with the idea and toyed with it for almost 8 months. Because it's new, we didn't want to do horror, because honestly, in our in our context, we don't just get scared for being scared.
Yeah.
We love an experience. That's why we go to the disco. That's why we went to the village dance. We love an experience.
Okay.
So thriller became the preferred choice. So we had to return the script over and over.
Okay.
So kudos to the two, Volin and Maina, for whatever they did. We don't know what drugs they smoked.
Oh dear.
But they worked.
Okay.
I'm joking. But when they carved such a nice story that wasn't a beginning, middle, end story,
Right.
which is what we are taught in school. I think you just go to school to grow up, not to believe everything. When you get out, they even tell you have the power to read and write.
Yeah.
So we did that. We took what we learned in school and we came and did it our own way.
Yeah.
So if you ask us what's the genre, we don't know really. We don't know. Hata kudanganya, we don't know. As a director, your job is to see the text and visualize it. And it's not shooting the writer's script. It's usually, that's a misinformation that you should shoot the writer's script. Everyone brings in something new. The director brings in their vision. The actor writes their own vision by their performance. Even the editor has their own vision. And then the executives and producers have their own vision. And sometimes a network. So my job is to see the first eye. I'm the first audience of the show. And then they come in and make it better.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And Gerald, tell us a bit about your character. You are in a gang.
Oh yeah. Just for screen.
Just for screen. How was it playing that character? And have you done a similar role before?
No, I haven't. Thank God. Mustafa was a phenomenal character.
Yeah.
I understand it took quite some time before you guys landed.
It was the longest cast character.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Okay.
First of all, my first audition was so bad. So bad. You should have seen Vic over there. Just asking, Faki was like,
Oh, really?
Sarah Hassan.
What happened?
Totally different. Sarah Hassan was like, and Vic was like, all right, thank you for your time.
Oh,
Thank
no.
you so much.
He
I was
did
like,
a
wait,
Simon
hold
Cowell
on.
on you.
Mad. What? I was like, hold on, would you please explain to me what? The way I was dismissed off that set, I was like, well, let me just understand why I did wrong, you know? So they explained to me, your character is Mustafa. Mustafa is a snitch, he's a scared guy, you know? I came up with all that macho, you know? So finally, I understood my character, did my lines, one more take, all went well, thank God. I could see the smiles in people's faces, thank God. Mustafa is a character that I have never ever had the chance to portray in my life before.
Okay.
And I'm glad. I'm used to the normal Andrea Kama would play a rich, spoiled kid, a brat, just that normal.
Yeah.
Never been a Mustafa kind of guy. So Mustafa's character blew my mind.
You were with the guys who I'm tough.
I was finally, and I was so excited. As in, trying to get into, I had so many ways of how I could portray Mustafa's character.
Right.
So many ways. But at the end of the day, it was just stuck to, you guy, my guy. Once I had that signature, I was set.
That line was said so many times because
yes.
it's like, oh my gosh. But you know what? You portrayed it so well. Like,
thank you.
It almost, someone, if they've never met you, they would almost think like you actually talk like that in real life. Every 2 minutes, you're like, you guy, my guy. You guy, my guy. So you did a really good job on it. You did
Funny
a really
enough,
good
on
job.
set, when we were shooting the film, the whole time I had to be in that character.
Yeah.
I'd had to talk to my director, my friends, everyone was, you guy, my guy, is how? Uko fiti leo ama today we're going like this. With squale, ama, is how? I had to be in character 24/7, but it was phenomenal.
Yeah.
It was just, I had a great time shooting
Well, I mean,
character.
that's a great lesson too already, that things don't always work out the first time.
No.
And if you had kind of just accepted their no and been like, okay, so I guess this wasn't for me, too bad, and walked out, you wouldn't be here today.
I would have been so jealous. I'd have been so jealous to whomever would play this character. Me not being part of this I don't know. How would you feel? Sure.
Hey, bad.
Bad, right?
Bad.
Like, hey, how would you miss out on this show?
Mimi ningeshika makali.
Sindio? Mi ningejamia watu mbaya.
Victor, talk us through the audition process. He's kind of given us a snippet of it. And here you have these very talented guys already coming into a process. Was this an open casting call, or was it very targeted and deliberate? But also to any budding, actors and out there who would want to be part of something like this, and maybe they've not been super successful in the past. What are some of the tips, if you could give 3 tips or something, as far as people can ace their auditions? And I'm going to ask you the same question too.
Okay, so the audition, the good thing about a good script is it guides every other process. It guides budgeting, everything. So auditions fell into place. We had to do open call auditions. When Sarah Hassan gave me the call for this show, and when we come, just see. So I told her, no, I just want to see the show. Like, are you sure you'll take it? Amma, you're busy. There's this whole thing about you're busy. It's usually a way of knocking you out of the job in our industry. So I told her, let's not talk about semantics of pay, when it will be done, who's doing it. I just want to see the synopsis.
Yeah.
When I read it, I saw nothing.
What does that mean?
Exactly, I saw nothing. There was no picture that formed.
Oh,
I won't
dear.
lie. Because I've done TV for so long. I'm full-time on TV.
Yeah.
And it's controlled and all that, and that's fine. Business is business. But the freedom the script had, the 40 sticks, it beat my head. So I couldn't see any character that can do it. So immediately you said, open auditions. Whoever comes, let the wind blow towards them.
Okay.
And the auditions were amazing. There were so many people audition.
Yeah.
So many. I don't know whether you did 2 days or 1 day. And even if it was 1 day, it was a tough, long day. And it was hard to pick people. One thing I must say is we have carved one way of doing performance for TV. And of course, maybe this is coming from the same script. So the people who came uniquely are the ones who got the job. So I would say in an audition, be yourself.
Yeah.
Come as a white canvas. Don't overdo stuff. Man, chicks.
Oh, you mean even makeup?
Wachana na hizo.
Tukuje tu.
Just come as you. It is my job and my team to make you how we want.
Okay.
Why are you telling me how you want to look?
Okay.
That's how we.
That's a good tip.
Yeah. And then also be ready for criticism and to ask a chance. He got into the film because he came back and said, I want to audition. But the person who walked in to say, I want to audition again, we all went, maybe that's the role. You know, we rewrote it for you.
What?
Wow.
If you've never known.
Hey, Andrea, he's not going to sleep tonight.
I say I'm not.
I would say be yourself. Come as an open canvas. Give us leeway.
Okay.
And also ask for a second chance.
Okay.
You know?
I like that.
think
Andrea,
so.
I'm going to give you a chance to give us your tips a bit later on in the show.
problem.
We're going to take a break right now, but when we come back, we'll be continuing our conversation with these two gentlemen right here. And we're going to be playing the trailer for you as well of this film, 40 Sticks, now also on Netflix. So 111-444-111 is the SMS line. Send them in your questions, your feedback, your comments as well. Also reach out to us on Facebook at Switch TV Kenya, and we'll be back after this. Hey there, everybody. My name is Joyce Amonti Wahiga. This is Full Circle with Joyce. Karibuni sana to the second hour of our show this morning. I trust that you are well, enjoying our programming here today. And in fact, let me just throw out some shout outs here to those of you who are engaging with us this morning over on Facebook. Lorita Mdi Omondi, shout out to you. Sagwe Angelique, Sante Sana, Joyce Nganga as well. You're saying that there's no signal in Roiro. Thank you for that. We should get on that as soon as possible. Prince Maxwell, Asante Sana for tuning in. Violin. Okay, tuned in as well. June Julia from Limuru. We have Joseph Muturi Wakiamadheri from Thika. Robert Miheso Mamisu from Outer Matunda Kitale. Christopher Alvin Mokaya, you say keep rocking. Asante sana for that. Jam Boy, also Daniel Kanjambi, the Kingson watching from UK. Okay, Mamake Nancy from Thika, David Wambugu Ngathe from Kinangop, Odongo Ward Asembo Jangoma watching from Asembo Rarieda. Asante sana to you too as well. Kageni Mali Mali from Charagita, Nyandara County. I also have Mamake Nancy tuned in, and Charles Kafu Kafu from Karatina. Shout out to every single one of you guys who are engaging with us this morning. I really do appreciate your feedback and your comments. Keep them coming in to 111 444 111. Also reach me on social media at SwitchTVKE on Instagram, at SwitchTV Kenya on Facebook and Twitter, and you can follow me along as well at Joyce Omondi across those platforms. Before we dive back into our discussion with our guest here this morning, we're here with part of the crew from the film 40 Sticks. Let's take a look at our quote for the day. This one is actually by Kevin Hart, and it says, "Everybody wants to be famous, but nobody wants to do the work. I live by that. You grind hard so that you can play hard. At the end of the day, you put all the work in and eventually it will pay off. It could be in a year. It could be in 30 years. Eventually, your hard work will pay off." That's Kevin Hart. And what a sound quote that is this morning, especially coming from someone like that who's, you know, he's had tremendous success. And actually, I think as we bring back you guys into the conversation, Karibuni Tana to the show, of course.
Thank you.
That's a great quote from someone who's, you know, really made it in many ways. And there's something about our generation that we are very quick to want things to work out immediately. I think that's a struggle for many people. It could be an actor, as a media person, as a singer, whatever, even as an accountant, whatever job it is you're in. I think we live in such a world with so much pressure that we feel my first song has to be a hit. Yeah. My first movie has to be a hit. My first acting gig, I have to be the lead character. Yeah. Who is a supporting actor? You know what I mean? Like, we don't want to hear those stories. And maybe you guys can reflect on that quote, because I think in many ways as actors, as creatives, you can really speak to that this morning. Can we begin with you?
Of course, of course. Funny thing is that what Kevin Hart talks about is something I usually relate to every single time I go for an audition. First of all, I am scared of auditions. To date, I've been in the industry for give or take 6-7 years, but still never got used to going to an audition, attending auditions. I'm always hella scared, always have butterflies, but it's always that thing about put one step forward, then another. First of all, let's make it there. Then let's, because there's one thing about rejection. People tend to take it very, it's painful, very personally. It's painful, right? So one thing about being an actor is that you have to, not really get used to it, but you have to learn to take rejection and learn from that rejection.
You don't just stay there, you grow from it.
Yeah, don't just feel rejected today and feel like, oh, I'm not good at this. No, try it again.
Right.
Try it again and again. Like, for example, 40 Sticks. First audition I did, I failed miserably. You should have seen their faces. Everyone was like, no. And I felt so like, what do you mean no?
And you've been on shows before, you've done films before, so you know you're good. And then someone is coming to tell you no.
No, and that no was so painful. That's it. It was so personal.
Yeah.
I was like, Kwani Victor, you know me, I'm a die wrong you know. He was right here. So I had to ask, what did I do wrong?
Yeah.
Is there anything I could do? Can I change something that you will like? And they explained to me, first of all, you're a bit too much this and that, you know. You're coming up too much with too much power, you know. As in, tone down, be relaxed, have it like this.
Yeah.
And I understood. I did my lines again. At least I could see a few smiles in the room. And I did it again and again to an extent I felt comfortable. So when I walk out of any audition room, I'm usually grateful and scared at the same time, because I don't know if I'm going to get picked. But I'm usually grateful, like, I did something today, at least. And there's always something you learn from an audition room. Whenever you interact, whenever you talk with the casting director, is there something I could do? They'll be like, when you with this character, be calm. With this character, be a bit more aggressive. You know, there's something to always pick out.
Yeah.
So once I leave that audition room, I'm feeling I did something.
Okay.
I might not get called today, but tomorrow
Yeah.
I will get a call.
Yeah.
And I'll try again. And I'll keep on trying until that day
Right.
I finally get something.
Sure. Victor, I mean, we look at you today, you're a director, but obviously you didn't just wake up and become a director. And I think sometimes the struggle maybe of an actor is a bit more visible, but because you're more behind the scenes, maybe people can actually take for granted that yours has been a journey too. And maybe as you reflect on the quote there, you can just share a bit about your directing experience.
How long is this show?
Okay, I'm only going to give you, let's do that in 1 minute.
It's a long journey.
Yeah.
It's been a long journey from performance. I'm still a performer by nature. I loved stage performance, did it the longest.
Yeah.
What killed my acting career was I became too unique. I went out and I read and I sought to perform differently. So when I went to auditions and the scripts we were writing then, I just got kicked out.
Oh no.
So I kept learning. One day I said, now I'm going to do my own version and I'll be the guy auditioning.
Okay.
That's how I ended up auditioning.
Come on.
And I've really, really worked hard with common and like-minded people to do a different kind of show. Every show I try to be part of is always weird. Sometimes they fail flat. But that's the cost of trying to be unique and trying to have your own footing in the world.
Okay.
I love that saying. And I'll also add what Enosolik, our DOP for the movie, said, director of photography. He said, 40 Sticks is not the beginning, neither is it the end. It's just part of the journey.
Nice.
And it's a long journey. Learn from everything, even from nothing.
Sure. Wow. Well, I think it's about time we get to see a snippet of this film. So, guys, here is a trailer of 40 Sticks. Take a look.
That heartbeat at the end still gets me.
Right?
Edu G.
I did a good job.
That there is the trailer to the film 40 Sticks, now on Netflix as well. And indeed, here we have with us the director, Victor Gatonye, and also Andrea Kamau, who's one of the actors in the gang. Hey! But well done to you guys once again. Kudos really on a great job that you've done there. And indeed, of course, we will be giving people information, of course, as far as, you know, going over to Netflix and watching it. It's on there. But let's talk a bit about what you guys are actually up in the running for now. Everything from Kalasha Awards to, is it?
Amas.
Yes. You are personally nominated.
Yes.
Are you as well?
Yes.
Yes. So tell us what you're nominated for.
First, we are confused. In under 1 month of exhibition, we have 21 nominations.
Crazy.
And I think we have never had we have 10 nominations in Amas as Kenya. We have a documentary and an animation, I think.
Yeah.
And that's amazing. And then we've been nominated across every technical aspects, be it from lighting, screenplay, directing, best film, Kalasha. We have special effects, Gracie.
Yes.
The most notable thing is that last shot in the trailer. I think Amas just grabbed it because all of them were nominated for lead actors.
Oh wow!
Including Xavier, who never did a line.
I was quiet. It was mute the whole show.
Oh my!
In real sense, we should be given an award for just that nomination. Best actor in a lead role with no lines. I think the last person was either Ali Chaplin.
That was the last time.
So we're grateful. We're really grateful.
Yeah.
We have Kisima Awards nomination coming up soon on Friday.
Yeah.
In Tala.
Fingers crossed.
Really close.
Okay. And for you, nominated?
I am speechless. Well, I actually have. I don't know what to say. I'm grateful. I'm especially thankful to the Kenyans out there who actually voted, people who are actually still watching the show, those who are still tweeting, commenting, you know, pushing the show as much as they can. Let's keep pushing. Let's keep pushing. Let's put Kenya out there. Let's put it back on that map.
Absolutely.
So I'm grateful to have been nominated in Amas for Best Lead Actor in 40 Sticks.
Wow.
Truly grateful.
Wow.
As I wait for the others.
Yeah.
Yes.
Congratulations. Congratulations
Thank
indeed.
you.
And I promise that we want to hear from you as well as an actor, some of your tips to the budding actors out here.
Yes. One, I don't know, I can't stress this more. Respect goes a long way. So tend to respect the people you work with. Have a mutual understanding with your team, because these are the people who actually have your back. These are people who are going to pick you up when you fall.
Yeah.
You know, have respect, have a mutual understanding with your team, and always be in character. As an actor, I tend to always get into character before I even leave my house. Just in case a director will just tell me action from the bathroom, I'm like, all right, I got this, I'm ready.
I like that.
Always be in
like
character.
From the bathroom, you're ready to go.
Yeah, you never know.
I like that though. I really like that. That's hilarious. Always be ready.
Always be ready, no matter what.
Yeah.
Just put your best. Just always be ready. Just no matter what, just be ready.
Yeah, no, that's profound. That's absolutely profound. But again, of course, to those who have not seen this, you need to head over to Netflix. Are you guys going to be showing it anywhere else? You had talked about, at one point, I guess you had hoped to have screens all over the place.
Great vision.
I know, tena COVID, yeah, Rona. But who knows? Maybe there might be some other things in the future. Someone here is saying, this is Kate from Diani, saying, I watched the movie 40 Sticks, and first, I appreciate the fact that it had new faces from the normal Kenyan actors that I've seen, and for a Kenyan scene, that was a big move. I've been checking on Netflix, and Kenyan movies are increasing in number, and that shows a big step for the entertainment industry in Kenya. And maybe that would be a good place for us to also wrap up as far as your hope and your expectation for the industry too. This has been a game changer in many ways. It's a thriller. It's very different from what we've been accustomed to. What are some of your hopes as far as the Kenyan entertainment scene and film industry specifically are?
Well, they're simple, yet they're also business risky. I think the whole concept of international is an illusion. Where? You know, where? But I think we should dare to keep being unique. We should dare to keep thinking more inside us than even outside. Right. That's how you become sellable across the world.
I like that.
The whole thing of I have to fit into another known class so that I'm now making it.
Right.
Borrow from everything. Borrow structure from Hollywood. Borrow bravery from Hollywood.
Right.
Borrow how to fund from Bollywood and Nollywood.
Yeah.
You know, borrow those ideas. Bring them home, but make them as you.
Be you. Yeah.
That's where I think we went wrong. And 40 Sticks, as we just went, did our own movie, invested money in a Kenyan film. That usually in business talk in this country,
would be a no-no.
and you're Turkey on your 6 a.m. You know, and we need to love ourselves. I think that comes from just look at yourself.
Yeah.
Love yourself with no reason. You don't need a reason.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I love that. And for you, Andrew?
I'd easily say risk it all. Throw caution out of the wind, just risk it all. Whatever vision you have, as long as you can see it, go through with it. Risk it, just go through with it. You will learn in the process.
Right.
Just go through with it, you will learn. Gradually you learn like, we shouldn't have done this, but let's try it like this tomorrow. This is always just learn through it, just go through it.
Yeah.
Don't
and I
overthink
think that
it.
speaks to this entire film.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a risk, clearly.
It
Faki
was.
and the team were putting on a big
big
one.
No, we appreciate our executives.
And you know, here you are with 21 nominations and counting.
Yes.
So, fantastic. Victor, at the premiere, you said something quite profound, and I hope you can remember it.
They come out.
Pressure. You said something about, I think someone asked you a question. I think it might have been the only thing you had an opportunity to say that day. And they asked you, you said something about be willing to try and be brave or something like that.
Yeah, dare to do something. Do it your way.
Yeah.
And have the guts to like it.
Yeah.
I like that.
Watch this whole thing for Kenya, that's a good film. Why are you insulting yourself and expecting someone to go, hey, that's a nice comment. I'm sorry. I don't go to that station. I don't dock there. Love yourself.
Yeah.
Even practice it as a person. When you get out of the house, you will attract love if you have love for yourself. So that's the same thing with film.
Yeah.
There's no other thing.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I like that. I really like that. Congratulations, gentlemen. It's been a pleasure talking to you this morning.
Thank you.
And indeed, go out and watch the film 40 Sticks over on Netflix. Shout out to the entire crew. We've had Bilal here quite a few times.
Awesome.
But I don't know if you got, of course, I'm sure you'd want people to follow you personally as well.
Yes.
How can they find you?
Andreo Kamau on pretty much everywhere, anywhere, yeah. Just
Okay.
Andreo Kamau.
Okay.
Awesome. IG, Twitter, Victor Gatonye, Facebook, Babakush.
Okay. Asanteni sana, gentlemen, and all the
you.
best with the nominations.
Thank you.
Tutakuja na mushaino. Tuwapambe.
Oh, yeah.
We celebrate. We are doing it our way.
Yes,
We are doing
yes.
it our way. Mushaino lazima.
I'll expect you at the airport.
I say.
Kama ni virtual,
Na
tutaenda.
na musik. Anyway, guys, we're going to take a break now as we get ready for our next segment of the show. This is Full Circle with Joyce. 111 444 111 is the SMS line. Stay tuned.